Well, hell. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's me, your boy, Jack Spade. And tonight I have another game of D&D for you. Tonight we'll be continuing our adventures in the Tyranny of Dragons module, written by, I believe, Kobold Press, but published by Dungeons and Dragons, or Wizards of the Coast, whatever you want to say. Anyway, today's been pretty good. I'm really looking forward to playing, so let me just let the crew know that I'm about to unmute, and we'll get rocking and rolling here. Okay. Hey, everybody. Y'all ready to play some D&D?
Oh, hey.
As right as I can be this week.
Alrighty. Okay, so... Last time, you guys were deep in the pitch of combat, having riled up half the entire dungeon, and then riled up the other half of the dungeon. You guys continue to wreak a trail of carnage and destruction through this underground space. Let's see. Let me find a good track. There we go. All right. And then let me swap over. Beautiful. Okay, now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we left off with... I believe it is Naomi. Yes. Hanabi, I believe you have just gotten done killing one of the guard drakes. Yeah. Alright, you gonna attack that guy?
No, that one is dead.
Oh, that one's dead. So yeah, this guy over here is still alive. What would you like to do? Siren, are you there?
Might be muted because he hasn't said anything yet all day.
Oh, okay. Well...
How's everyone doing?
Pretty good, I guess. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with Siren, so I think we will skip.
I don't know what's going on with this damn device here, but anyway.
Okay, there he is.
Let's see. Oh, both of those are dead.
Yep. This guy's still alive though. And then there's this guy down here who's about to snack on this.
On the corpse
over
here.
That corpse over there. And you have Dravna, who's got a thing stuck to his chest, like sucking out his blood.
Ew. Ew. Gross. Ew.
Gross, yeah.
Like
I
her
wouldn't
lips
wanna be
curl
either.
in disgust at the creature stuck to Dravna's chest, and then she's like, ew. And then she just turns to this thing. She looks at Keo and makes a raising eyebrow gesture, even though you can't see her eyebrows. We could just pretend that her mask moves like Sans' skull. We kind of starts making faces somehow,
Yeah.
even though he's made of bones.
So what you doing?
Just gonna try and whack this thing.
All right.
See if she can quiet it down a bit. See this guy over here? One of these. Yeah. Take your sweet time loading, why don't you, buddy?
There we go. I think that will, yeah, just
Misses.
yeah, that misses. Would you like to do your bonus action attack?
That's the plan. Minus
-3.
2.
-2. That's
2.
right. Ooh, that'll hit.
Nice. All right. Big
Max
non-lethal
damage.
Look at this. Have a +4 on that. Isn't
Plus-
he hex too?
Yes, he is. He is. He's marked. Yep. So 4 extra damage, and then so 8 extra damage.
+5.
Yeah, so that's total of 8.
So 7 +5 +4.
He has not a whole lot of health left. All right, did you want to move or anything else?
Nah, she'll just point down. She'll point down, Dark Souls style.
Alrighty. Next we have Kyo.
Theo's going to start things off by using her healing surge of a bonus action.
Sure. No longer bloodied with an excellent roll.
And she's going to hit the creature on the back of its head with the pommel of her battle axe.
Got it.
Advantage because of flanking.
Yep. That'll hit.
There we go. Now they do 8 damage.
Alright. You will watch as Kyo does an overhead swing on the back of this guard drake's head and knocks it unconscious.
Perfect. And my last part of my action, my movement, I'm going to move towards Jamie.
Okay.
Would it be okay for the state of reaction to pick him up and put him on my back?
Sure, absolutely. I'll attach you in just a second. As soon as I find the unconscious button.
It's already marked locations.
Oh, yes.
For the Drake? Sorry.
Yeah, for the Drake. Da, 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 da. Oh, it's not on here, that's why. Okay, never mind. That's the unconscious right now. Okay. It is now this guard Drake's turn. He's going to spend his turn munching on the corpse of this kobold down here. He's actually going to drag it off the steps and then kind of start moving this way with it. And that's going to be his turn. Dravna, it is now your turn.
John Ire and his lust set out on killing these little drakes, but the pain of this thing sucking on his chest is a little bit too unbearable, so he's gonna try and yank it off.
All right, please make an athletics check.
Violence.
And this will take your action, by the way.
Okay. Here we go.
That barely succeeds. You are no longer tethered, and this creature is now flapping beside you.
I'll just start slamming on the stone. I know that won't hurt it, but that's just what he's doing right now.
All right. Alrighty. Would you like to move or anything else?
No, he'll just stay where he is.
Alrighty. Marquise, it is now your turn.
If you're slamming it on this, Marquise will come over. Hey, big guy, drop it, and assuming that Dravna does,
Yep, he has.
Marquise will make an attack.
Glaive. That will hit. No, I'm sorry. That just misses. I apologize.
Oh,
It's okay. That's fine. No big deal.
This reminds me, Hoshi, you asked me to remind you. Don't forget about healing search.
oh yeah. And then I'll use healing surge.
All right.
Bonus.
You'll use your bonus action for that.
Thank you, Keo.
Mhm.
All right, and
Very nice. All right. That'll be your turn. All right. Next we have Zazit.
So, I mean, I've basically just been hearing combat, yeah?
Yes.
Essentially? Yeah.
Right.
So, I guess with that in mind, I mean, like, the only thing that, what was it that killed me? It was the,
Berserker.
guard, right? The berserker, right?
You got that
Have I-
juicy hit.
Have I seen him yet? No, I don't think I have.
You heard him clucking off in this direction.
Yeah. Okay. So, first, and this guy in front of me is dead. Yes.
Yes. Super dead.
Okay. So I will spend 20 and go here. So I see him, Berserker.
Yep. He's dead.
I do. Oh, he's dead. Okay.
He's dead. You see this masked woman standing over his corpse with a knocked out, groaning guard drake behind her. This guard drake is dead. And then you see this young woman here who is crouching. I'm sorry, who is picking up a small bird, a small glowing bird. The bird looks like it's dead.
You also see a demonic creature over here, just slamming this blood-sucking thing against the wall.
Yeah.
You managed to have a vision.
It's like just in the shadow too.
Oh, just in the shadow. Okay.
I'm sorry, Paula. What'd you say?
Nothing, don't worry.
Alrighty, go ahead, Zazit.
So, I mean, these are all the people that came in as an opposition to the Dragon Cult, yeah?
Yep, absolutely.
And, you know, it was never my intention to fight them. I don't think I ever struck any of you, actually, now that I think about it.
Nope.
So, with that in mind, Zazit will, I guess I have 10 feet left, right? So he will walk into the room and, you know, he's just sort of looking around at the melee. Is there any people left? Oh, there's like this guy down here, right?
Yes, and there's also this thing over here that is being attacked.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, that's surrounded by dudes. So this guy over here, is this down or up? I can't.
Down.
It looks down.
He is also, looks like he's preoccupied. He's eating this corpse right now. And also, just to kind of give you the re-description for this room. So this is a room that has been used for training the guard drakes. Like, these are newly formed guard drakes. And this right here is like a cage for the staircase. The door is currently swinging open with the key still inside.
All right, so Zaza will walk into the room, look around at, like, literally everyone putting out fires around them, and he will say, looks like you got him already, I suppose. How many more of these things are left?
What,
Yeah.
these? Nothing. That's harmless.
You look at the man, remembering how he had both tried to fight them for a bit, but also helped them, and she would say, "Oh, it's you. We have dealt most of what has to come so far. The only creature alive left is the cute one up ahead," and she points towards the creature that's eating on the kobold's corpse. Though it doesn't seem to be intending on harming us now that it has food. So I think for the most part things are pacified. For now. Allow me to ask bluntly, what is your intent? You clearly
I should
aren't
be asking you
fully
the
on.
same question. you're the one that came in on this investigation.
Our intent is simple. We're here to handle with aspects of the codes of the dragon.
Handle?
Yes,
You're going to have to say more than just handle.
we can say more than after you say your brief too as well. What are your intent, even if brief?
And I'll say that's all you can get in during this turn for conversation. What would you like to do, Zazit?
So Zaza just dramatically points at his badge. On his I guess it's like you described it as a necklace last time. Right?
Yes. Yeah, it's your symbol's hanging on a necklace.
It's like a lanyard, like a symbol on a necklace. If you can describe it again, because I'm trying to find the pictures.
Yes, so it looks like a box. So okay, so it's a heraldry, right? It looks like a cage that's got like flames coming out of it.
It was like green, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
So Zaza will, sort of hold it up, and just make like a face. It's just like, really, and then he'll just sort of like, I guess, kind of sit down. No, he'll sort of lean, I guess, against the wall and just sort of watch everyone do what they need to do.
Okay. Anybody who's
I'll be here.
Anybody who's interested in the symbol that he's hoisting up, make a history check.
Does my favorite enemy aspect of dragons apply to here?
It does not.
What about my history?
You would have a bonus to this. It won't be advantage, though.
Okay.
Ooh, damn.
Nice.
Reminder that Kia does have expertise in history.
Yes.
Is that like a book or a street smart?
Oh
kind of
my-
expertise?
Stupid fuck.
It's an intelligence check, so that would be like a book smarts kind of thing. Yo, you instantly recognize that symbol to be of the House Neverember. The rulers of Neverwinter.
You see Kia shoot her eyebrow up and look even more confused than she was before. Neverwinter, Neverember, I just said, sorry.
That's the House Neverember, the rulers of Neverwinter, the city.
Kia would look at this and says, okay, I have even more questions now. What's royalty doing here?
Royalty. Yeah, good one. No, this is. Oh, hang on. How much more time do we have to talk? Because I think we're still in combat, right?
I'll say you'll have to pick it up right there on Kyo's turn. In the meantime, this guard Drake down here. I'm sorry, not that one. That one's dead. Or unconscious. It's unconscious. Sorry, I just needed to clear it off the initiative. Kyo is now. I'm sorry, not Kyo. Fucking Naomi. My brain right now. Just to remind you, you do see that there is this cage door swinging open with the key still inside, and this guy over here looks like he's rather happy munching on that corpse. And then you also see this scourge just like flapping around looking for its next target.
Hanabi just looks at the cage, and so this entire area here is basically a cage, yes?
It's a 15-foot drop to go from here to here. And these are steps that lead down. And these little circles are like iron bars.
Yes. Okay. Hanabi will just go over here and like lock this.
Okay. We'll say that's a free action to interact with a door.
So then she was like, she did 20 here. She should still have another 15.
Yep.
Sorry, can't move her for a second. I don't know why. All right, this thing she's gonna toss. She's gonna toss her fans at it.
So I hate
Fan
to
at it, swing.
I hate to spoil your
Yes.
fun, but because you've went ahead and locked the door, you've essentially solved this encounter. You guys, it's trivial for you guys to take care of a single a single Sturge, so we're just gonna go ahead and end combat here at this point.
All right, that's fine.
I just wanted to see if you guys would lock the door or not.
I do want to say that in this case, as Kia's turn will be the next one, she would have used a spell slot to while holding Jamie in her hands and saying softly, "Please, your matter, please grant him strength." And everyone will be able to see James starting to glow even more as his wounds slowly start to recuperate. Very, very slowly. In game terms, after 1 minute, Jamie gets back to full HP.
Very cool.
For now, he's recovering and in his new gear's backpack.
Okay.
This,
Right.
she would look at here. She would position herself purposely so, if Dravna did come rushing, since she does know that Dravna saw this man fighting for the causes.
Is
Yeah,
he? Yeah, I'm sorry. Is Jamie in your hands or in your backpack right now?
Hand. She's holding
Okay.
it in her
Alright.
right hand, shoot on the left.
Got it. Sorry. Go ahead, Dravna. Apologies.
Yeah, Drobna, even though the Sturge is dead, he'll pick it up and he'll just repeatedly keep slamming it against the ground, grab it by the tail, whip it around, and once he's finally bored with it, he'll slowly turn his head over to Zazit. Small white pupils just glaring at you, and he's gonna slowly hulk her over towards you, drawing his blade.
Okay.
You would stand here between and you say to
Well-
Marquis,
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
grapple him on the way, or I'll try to.
Alright.
Hey, big guy.
Would you like to RP dodge Dravna or just let it happen?
He'd
Sun's
like to
getting
RP.
real low,
Okay.
big guy.
In that case, go ahead and roll an unarmed attack against Dravna there, Marquise, and then he'll roll his DC against your. Yeah, he'll roll against your DC.
All right, 13.
Ooh, he succeeds.
Oh my god, I cannot get this guy up.
You have another.
Drobna just. Oh, go on.
Never mind. You go ahead. So you're able to move away from him.
Yeah, Drobna's gonna snarl and just throw you off his shoulder, glaring at Zaza and just muttering, "You were with her. You will pay for everything."
Actually,
Oh, go on.
this Dragonborn looks totally different than the one you saw standing with Cyan Wrath.
Never
He
mind,
is-
he won't say that.
He's
As
a copper scale as before he was a black scale.
as far as Drobna knows, Naomi, Kyo, and Marquise are his party. Everyone else in this area are foes. So
True.
yeah, he won't say what he did, but he'll just kind of glare at Zaza and be like, "You are prey," and he's gonna pull out his blade.
you would stand here and say, Ravner, please, this man has helped us fight. He has helped us in this place. It was the one that killed that half dragon, remember?
Drobna will pause. "If you value your life, stand aside." And then he'll pause for a second, and his head kind of twitches a bit, and one of his pupils will like grow again to be one of his eyes, while his left eye is still kind of like this whitish color. And he's gonna stand there, kind of like shaking a bit. Ugh. Just stand aside.
Alright, Ravner, of course I can't. I won't let you hurt those that are helping us after all. So please, I beg of you, just sit down for a moment.
You're gonna start to see a few tears roll down his one human eye. "We can't trust him. Please, just let me do this."
As you are freaking out, and the rest of you are watching this, you will see one of his wings fall off and dissipate into ash as the horns begin to fall away as well, and his skin begins to return to the paleness as his transformation ends after the minute.
problem you've got there?
So, what the fuck was that, Dravna?
Drobna will collapse to one knee, looking at his hands, just shakingly. And the sword that was in his hand, he'll just quickly throw it to the side and it'll glide across the ground. He'll look at everyone, his eyes trembling, sweat beating down his forehead, and he's like patting his skin as if this is a dream. I thought that was done for.
Sit down, Ravena, for now. Here, drink this. And she pulls out her water skin for him.
He will swat your hand and quickly scuttle back. No! Stay away from me! I'm cursed! Stay away from me!
Here will pick up her water skin, and after her hand was tossed away, she'll toss a bit of the water towards his face. No! You're dehydrated. You're sweating a lot. Now please drink from this. Don't make me have to make you drink it.
The water.
Get away from me! And he's like gonna shout and quickly run up behind himself, but he's just gonna bump into Marquise.
Yeah.
He's just gonna stumble around all chaotically.
Hey, breathe. There's no... I mean, everyone's dead already. All the enemies. We're good.
Marquise, Drobna will take both his hands, he'll clench onto your shoulders and like dig in, and his head is just gonna droop, and he's just gonna be resting for a minute, trying to capture his breath just in your chest.
Alright. Let it out. And Marquise will pat his back.
Alright.
Hanabi hands Marquise a handkerchief and then walks away.
What the?
Yeah,
That hand
Marquise
is
will
cute for him. Sorry, you go.
pat some of the sweat off his face. And...
With that hand up, Kia would look back at the Azet and ask him, well, first of all, thank you for you not having reacted violently against Raven there. But in more pressing matters, again, why is royalty here? I recognize the symbol on your neck. Why do you... What's someone from the high place of Neverwinter amongst these cultists?
Well, obviously I'm here to find questions and answer them. The biggest one I have is, why are you fortune seekers? Why are you here? It makes no sense that there would be randoms walking about these halls.
My name is Gil Roach. This is my best friend, Hanabi. Those behind me are Dravna and Marquise. The little bird that's healing in my hand is named Jamie. We are here because after the attack that this goats here attacked Green Nest, we got involved in fighting against them. Specifically, we have joined forces with a specific group that is taking arms to handle the matters of this goat. And we are here to
Interesting.
both gain
What was
information
the
as well.
name of this group that you joined?
Mhm. Kia would look at Zazit. She'd hesitate for a bit. She'll look back at her. God damn it. Don't think I didn't see that, Saren. She'll look back at Zazet and say, well, I forgot the name. Is it, Jack, out of character. Is it Harper's, right? The one of Leosin?
Yes, you would know that Leosin is a Harper agent. Yes.
We're currently having a group called the Harpers. Ever heard of it?
The Harpers? Who hasn't heard of the Harpers?
You would be surprised. But yes, we're currently having.
Sorry, let me restructure that response.
Mm-hmm.
Someone of intelligence who hasn't heard of the Harpers would be foolish to mention that they haven't heard of the Harpers. It would lower their status by quite a number of rungs. The Harpers are quite prolific.
Again, you would be surprised. But yes, I and the others here, we are currently working with the Harpers, though we are not part of them.
did they give you any sigil or anything to say that you're working for them? Do you have perhaps some sort of I don't know,
We're with
agreement?
Leosin, if that helps at all.
So Leosin is not going to be at Queen as he and Grandpa moved, remember?
Well,
Um,
just that he sent us, if you ever heard of him.
sure.
Am I
Well, you're-
aware of Leosin?
Leosin
I
is
know you've told me about him. I know you've told me about him. I'm
Yes.
I'm aware of what's happened and all that.
You do not know Leosin by name, but that doesn't surprise you because you understand the workings of the Harpers are fairly enigmatic because there's not really an established chain of command.
I understand. Am I aware of that person?
No.
though? No. Okay.
But that doesn't surprise
I am
you.
aware that. Okay. Am I aware of? Like, I'm just gonna ask you if Discord. This is. It's not getting me anyway.
I would look at that and say, however, we don't have.
Oh wait,
have any sort.
you know what? I'm sorry. Roll a history check. Roll a history check. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that took me a second. I apologize.
So, here we go. -1.
You can do it.
I'll take it. 10.
With a 10, you would have heard rumors about a monk being with the Harpers, which is kind of odd because monks kind of tend to stick to their orders, but this one has kind of taken a different path.
Okay, I'm mostly talking about. Again, check your Discord messages, please.
Oh, sure. Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, yes.
Okay. And then I'll.
And you would-
basically.
And you would also know that that same one escaped.
Mhm. How recently?
That's the reason why you're in this place to begin with, and not in a tent.
Yeah. Okay. Does he look like this? And I'll give them a description of that particular Harper.
Yeah, basically he describes Leosin.
Yeah, that does sound like the thought there man himself.
Well, perhaps it might be best if you take me to him at some point. I'm not saying immediately right now. There are probably more important things to deal with here, like in the other room, for example.
You hear
Before we diminish,
that's punctuated with the sound of snapping bone as the corpse is eaten. And you hear some dragging sounds as the guard drake shuffles away.
before we do anything, I told you about our part. In more detail, tell about yours. You said you were looking for information. Do tell more. What exactly are you looking for? Were there an attack in Everwinter or the like?
My lord has a need for information about this whole clusterfuck. We had to quench his thirst, as it was. So
Well,
if you've
that's
got anything, feel free to spill. It would make my life a lot easier than having to crawl around with these foolish creatures.
We do.
Oh.
No.
We found a
Yeah.
map of where they're planning the next attack. But besides that, we haven't really found too much information in the cave.
We do have other things as well, though.
To clarify, the map wasn't necessarily of future attacks. It's where they have been and where they were going to perhaps take something, like deliver it somewhere.
anything that you can give me will be useful. We can always compare it to what we have. Having said
I'd
that,
love to do
if
compare
we've
that.
managed to clear out everything here, I would suggest that we go into the next room, the hatchery specifically, and we kick in a few eggs.
Before we do so, if I may, we still need to have a few things beforehand. For example, I can't leave this bio here, still standing. Just be sure, Jam, did Siren kill the Drake we were trying to had, or not? Just be sure.
It is
I thought that.
thoroughly knocked out still.
Okay.
Why do you want this creature?
I don't enjoy killing things. Plus, I do have an idea I would want to do later. At least try to, with the spore beam. And for that, I will need it alive, unfortunately. So if you give me a moment, could also be a chance for everyone to regroup to strength a little. As she says that, Kyo takes out a chain from her backpack.
The chain, okay.
And she's going to bind this creature up with chain.
Can you read the description on the chain for me? Like, does it say how long it is?
Let me a second. Let me see if I still have it here in the Discord. I think it was 20 feet of chain. Yeah, 20 feet.
Okay. You can hog tie it with that if you'd like to.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Okay, understood. Just make a athletics check for me real quick.
That's good.
Because you're dealing with chain and not rope.
Good. Kyo asks Hanabi for help with this while she does so.
If she would help.
You would turn to Hanabi. Hanabi, could you give me a hand with this?
Even though we can't see it, there's still one in there, right? In the
Yes, to the north.
inside.
Yep. But it's currently blocked off by these iron bars.
Yeah, I just don't want to leave it there to starve.
Oh, I get you. Well, there is another guard drake corpse, and then there's this corpse here, and then there's this corpse here, so...
And there's more corpses, back over there.
I guess, yeah, I'll just start amassing the corpses and, just throwing them right down the cave.
Okay.
Or, right over the ledge.
Alright. You just...
Yeah.
Well, if everyone's doing all this cleanup stuff, I think Zazit would probably go back to the half dragon he killed and at least look over him, see if there's anything on there that would pertain to, the vault key code that they happen to change today, or some sort of audio log that will point us in a nebulous direction.
Of course. Definitely all kinds of those things in Tyranny of Dragons, absolutely. So, does anybody follow Zazit?
Dravna will, because he wants to inspect Mondath's body.
Alright.
This one does.
Okay.
He also wants to keep an eye on Zazit.
What about you two? Do you have other plans while these two go do something? Just hang out, I'll move y'all.
Really quickly, I'll take this guard drake and put it at the door, but unlock it. So he has to move the corpse if he wants to get out, but he's not stuck. And then
No, you wouldn't do that. Kyo is working on this one.
Oh wait,
So
sorry.
basically
that's
to tame it.
One.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one's
this is the
unconscious.
unconscious
Yeah,
one.
that one's
Sorry, I
unconscious.
thought it was another dead one.
That's fine. Alright, so you'll drag this one over here, that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, also, this guy's attached to me.
Oh, whoops. I forgot to unattach him.
Thanks.
It's currently handled the guard drake for now. Can she do something afterwards, or can... I'll better wait for the orders, actually.
Sorry, one more time?
I imagine that Kyo, since she's trying to make sure it's outbound properly, should probably stay here for an extra bit while the others go.
Okay. Alright, so we have these three going into the room. Are you gonna stay with Kyo, Marquise?
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna lay against the wall, actually.
Alright. Boop. You arrive back in the carved room. Why is that still attached? I unattached. Hold on a sec. Okay, I did it that time. There we go. Okay, you look over Cyanrath's body. You see that he has a great sword and a spear on his person. And the hilt of his sword is it's pretty decorated as well. It's kind of flashy.
Interesting. He'll take it, if only just to like reinforce his disguise.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Like, hey, this dude, he was a bit of a butt, and now I'm that butt. You know what I'm saying?
go ahead and write down for the description. You know what? Actually, I'll just drag it onto your character sheet and change it.
Butt sword.
Butt sword. Let's see. Let's change this to Cyanrath's sword.
Great.
Cyanrath's great sword. Okay. All right, that's that done.
So anything else of note on him? Like maybe he had like sigils or some papers. Or...
The only other thing that stands out about this corpse is that it's wearing wearer of purple colors, like a uniform. However, you would know that each wearer of purple has a very distinct outfit. So if someone were to see you wearing Cyanrath's clothes and you don't have Cyanrath's face, they're going to know that that's not really Cyanrath.
I mean, okay, yeah. I'm looking for stuff that would prove that I bested him in combat.
Oh, the sword does that, for sure.
Excellent. So, does he have any, like, personal journals or anything like that?
Unfortunately not.
No? Okay.
As brash of a person he is, he didn't really take to writing his thoughts down.
That sounds right.
Named keys or anything like that on him?
Any MacGuffins, DM?
You totally picked up the mysteriously named key. It's called Cyanrath's sword. It's the key to proving that you killed him.
True.
Yeah. So,
What's his spear
Zazza-
cool looking? Decorated.
His javelin, no, not really.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, it's just a
Zazza,
javelin.
while he's like picking the pockets of the corpse, he'd be like, "So, you're only here because you think you could best the dragon cult?"
No, I'm here to help my friend.
Who thinks they can best the dragon cult? Yes.
Thinks? Oh, she will. We will.
The woman takes off her mask, and you just see the same sized woman in all red, no ears, no tails.
You pulled a fine trick infiltrating.
No, I
Where are
mean,
your numbers to handle this?
numbers?
Yes, numbers. This is a cult.
You do understand what infiltrate requires, yes?
She sighs exasperatedly and she says,
Yes. I'm asking for the hypothetical numbers for when you need them. This is a cult.
His lordship is vast, and his assets are even vaster.
Okay, so you have the numbers. Fine.
I do. They are unmeasurable. Let's just say that.
I doubt it. People can
Have you
count.
been to Neverwinter?
No.
Yes, well.
The ocean
One
is
day when-
immeasurable. The sky is immeasurable. People, you can run out of people eventually. Just depends on the event.
Okay. We're having this sort of conversation. Very
Not
well.
really. You can just carry on if you want.
Mhm. By the way, I don't
Yes.
have introduced myself yet. You can call me Zazit.
I think I will.
And
There's like a long pause as she like smirks at you, and then she just goes, "I'm Naomi. Nice to meet you."
Pleasure.
and with that, we're gonna snap on over to this guy over here, whose name I will remember shortly. Dravna. What are you up to, my guy?
He's just staring at Mondet's body, trying to process the emotions that are going through him right now. But with his recent episode of transformation, he'd rather process those emotions later, and he'll just kneel down and try and ruffle through her belongings, see if she has anything important that might Dravna will find useful.
Would you have picked up the sword on your way here?
MacGuffin.
My sword or her sword?
Your sword. Because you said you
Yeah,
had...
he would have.
Okay.
Yeah, he threw it away, but after he recollects himself, he would have picked it back up.
As you approach Mondaf's spy and you stand over it, looking down at it, you hear the sound of ringing steel, and you see for a brief moment the names on the blade begin to glow faintly, and you look down at Mondaf's face, and you swear for a flash it smirks with red glowing eyes, and then you snap back and it is just a corpse, and the sword is just a sword.
Can he get any insight on what that may have been? Just a trick of the mind, or
You can
sign from?
You can make an Arcana check.
Okay. Thankfully, he is proficient. Still doesn't help.
Some whack-ass vision.
He'll steel himself, just shake himself, lightly slap himself, and continue to rifle through her body. If there's nothing important, then he'll just leave her be.
Make an investigation check.
Sure.
Let's see. You find her halberd. You also find her Wear of Purple's outfit. And let me double check to make sure I don't forget anything. Let's see. Nope, nothing else.
Okay. He'll lean back up and just continue hovering over her, and he'll just faintly talk to himself. Was it worth it? Satisfied. Hopefully you're not. I'm not satisfied. And with that, he's just gonna walk away, just scowling to himself.
Which way do you head?
He'll actually no. He needs to keep an eye on Zazit, so he'll walk back over to
All right,
where Naomi and Zazit are.
I'll take you back.
Oh, okay.
As you are headed back, what are you two up to?
Yeah, she would be making sure the drake is all prepared. And when she does so, she'll look at Marquise and say, Marquise, have you ever been to a farm before?
One time I had to take care of animals it's a long story, but I haven't been to a farm outright.
Then I guess you might understand what I want to do. She would say first for Checo, as Jamie gets up and running thanks to magic, fully alive and standing.
Oh, he's flying around.
You see, there is something really curious about farm animals. Animals in general, really. If you train them to specific commands, usually like reacting to a bell, a whistle, or the like, they will react to it, no matter who does it, really. Of course, there are some exceptions to the rule and everything, but that is something that happens a lot, and it's something that troublemakers take advantage of to create chaos and frauds. However, did you notice one thing? Oh, you might not have noticed while you were away. Uh, these creatures, they reacted to the sound of these bells and of the rattling of the bars there. Made me think if they are properly trained, right? So I was curious if I could somehow manage to figure out what sort of commands these creatures obey. And
Well,
we could, maybe it could be useful for us when we have to fight them in their next base. One less element for us to worry about after all.
yeah, I mean, feed it regularly, and I'm sure it'll.
Oh, I'm not talking about keeping this here as a pet. I mean future drakes. These fellas here are used very commonly among
Whoa.
the ranks of the Cult of the Dragon, or at least I was, or so I was told at the very least.
Oh,
So,
so you want to use them against them?
not use them. I was thinking if we could manage to discover what sort of commands they obey. When someone tries to command them against us, we can command them right back. Creates confusion, and not sure if the same would apply to these creatures, but when confusion happens to livestock at the very least, they kinda tend to just ignore everything altogether or even simply freeze in place.
As you are having this conversation, you will hear very noisy scraping and grinding as someone is trying to climb up the side of a hill. And you will both see a clawed hand begin to reach up from a precipice in the dark. And you'll see this scaly creature kind of loom in the dark in between the light and shadow, just watching you.
Where?
Um,
Oh, over there? Oh.
at that side, Kyo would get up with her shield in hand and
As soon as you move towards it, it sees you and then runs away.
Marquise will sprint after it.
wait, be careful.
Uh,
You can see in the dark just like me, correct?
well, yeah, that's true.
Jamie here has that strange spell track in the casting it earlier, so it should still be able to give light. But let's be careful as we approach. The thing seems to be scared, and as far as we know, there could also be traps.
Okay. Well,
I'm trying to unselect both Jamie and. Sorry,
Oh, I can do that for you. Hold on.
manage to do it.
You got it? Okay.
Okay, then after he says this, Kia would draw her shield and take one cautious step forward while Jamie follows her close.
All right.
Give
yeah,
light to
Marquise
As-
will make sure to be in front.
As soon as Jamie enters this space, you hear a horrible screeching as a flock of bats descend from the ceiling at the sudden shock of light.
Mhm.
And they begin to screech rather loudly. They don't move, they just stay in that general area.
Do they don't like the light? Maybe Jamie should just go back. I mean, it's just bats.
No, Jamie can't. Again, we can't see without Jamie at the moment.
Well, are we gonna really explore any further? What if there's actually a fight? I mean, I don't know how you're doing, but I could be better.
If you want to, in this case, can I ask you for a favor in that moment? Could you go ask for the others? I'm not going to go too much ahead, but I just want to take a look. I'm not going too much, I promise, though.
Okay. Well, Marquise will start sprinting back, so if anything does happen to Keo, he could get.
Okay, I'll just teleport you there. Kyo, how far are you going?
You will go roughly to here and try to spot anything while having Jamie go a bit ahead.
Okay.
You will go at most towards here, and then be back.
Okay.
You
Go ahead and do that for me while Marquise is running back.
Alright then.
Sorry, I'll change your view in a second. Hold on.
I see.
Would Jamie notice anything behind this rack?
No, he does not. Make a perception check for me, please.
Both Q and Jamie, or just Jamie?
I will say that Jamie can offer you advantage given this particular situation.
Alright then. 12.
Okay. You don't notice anything suspicious. And as you're doing that, we will snap back to here.
Marquise, drop your token.
Marquise,
Anyway,
Marquise, you are coming up on Dravna, who is just making it into this room as well.
Dravna, there was this weird crawly thing. I don't want Kyo to look at it alone, but she wanted me to come get you guys. So, head back with haste.
Alright, fine.
If you're all done.
Dravna will nod and just take a step in here. Hey! Q needs a help. Let's get up.
And Marquise will wave at the Dragonborn. I'm Marquise, by the way. And then Marquise Ravenpike. And then I'll head this way.
Naomi hears Kyo, see she's not here, and just starts moving. She doesn't even respond. She just starts going.
All right, just hang out there for me, and I'll yoink y'all back.
Zazet, Dravna will sidestep you, and when you pass him, then he'll start falling behind you.
By the way, did that halberd I passed look cool?
Not really. Oh shit, you guys didn't land there. Hold on.
Okay.
No, the halberd was just kind of normal. All right. Kyo, you hear your friends arrive from behind.
True to her word, she would have stayed here, having just Jamie moving around to see if Jamie could spot anything. And when they come back, she would look to the others and say, "Oh, hello there, everyone. Me and Marquis spotted a scaly hand climbing this. How tall is this, Jam?
Each step is about 5 feet.
Dragons.
You all realize what this cave is for, yes?
Oh, you said something about eggs, didn't you?
It's
The
a
hatchery's in
hatchery
here.
for the cult, yes.
No, this isn't the nursery. This is actually the trash pile, and you would know that, Zazit.
Oh, this is the trash pile for the cult.
And as he says that, Jamie flies over, and you begin to see things beginning to sparkle in the light down here in this direction. As he kind of flits overhead.
Jamie saw something spark in that direction. Yeah, is there any trash already here in this
Yes,
area? Or-
there's all kinds of refuse. There's broken furniture. There's like traveling garments spread around. You can see like there's even like dented canteens. All kinds of garbage in here.
You turn towards us and ask, during your time here, did it tell about any sort of group of kobolds or the like? They would order to stand inside of these trash piles?
The cult has several assets that they use. A lot of that is really dependent on
Are any of
the
them?
intelligence of the creatures. And a lot of other things like that. Like I said, this is a trash pile, so don't expect.
Kyo, you're wasting your time with this lizard. I'll take care of it, whatever's out there.
Please.
Well, Marquise will.
Excuse you, lizard? No, I will not accept that.
He'll just
All-
he'll look at you over the shoulder, look back at the cliff, and start climbing it. He has a long scowl on his face whenever he looks at you.
Dravna descends the 5-foot slope.
Marquise, upon hearing that, Marquise kind of sticks out a long tongue. Like a weirdly long tongue, one that he didn't have before. At Zazit, and hop down.
If Drow doesn't see anything, he'll continue to go down the next level.
Dravna, you see, as Jamie begins to circle overhead, you see something sparkling right here.
You would say, be careful of traps at very least then if you're going to. places filled with trash like so would be very easy to put traps on, after all.
And you said you
What
saw
kind of
something.
traps are we talking about?
I mean, I don't know, but on top of my head, a very simple one is you could put a bear trap between the trash and have someone step on it.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
right.
for traps. I was talking about trash. This is supposed to be a trash heap, yes? What kind of refuse are we talking here? Are we talking some kind of, I don't know, inhuman and forgotten experiments that might still be alive? Or just remnants of junk?
It's dramatic.
Possibly
It's
even
probably just some
fecal
lizard.
matter.
Ew.
Can Drobna shoot an Eldritch Blast at it?
Sure, make an attack roll. Zaza, what'd you say?
Something about poop.
Yeah.
Remembering how dirty the cobalt part of the camp was, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if it really was mainly that.
Dravna lets loose an Eldritch
Dragon has
Blast
some-
into this section here, and some water splashes up. That section seems to be kind of flooded a bit. It still seems to sparkle, though, however.
What's this sparkle look like? Is like metallic?
No idea to tell from this distance.
Marquise is impatient to get the best of him. He's gonna approach.
What do the rest of you do as this
Caution.
happens?
The trash pile just so. You go first, Ravna.
Oh, Drobna was going to be cautious and follow along with Marquise in case something happens.
Yeah, the trash pile, it starts at which point in here, just so we know? Does it start right away from here, or does it start here, on the second slope?
The trash starts about here.
Where I can see where you're being, sorry.
Starts like here. So like they're just like stepping into the trash pile.
In
Yeah,
this
Marquise
case,
doesn't really care.
Kyo would very carefully go down the first step, and right here, just so she could have a clear view of the people in case something happened. And could I roll an investigation or perception from her point of view to see if she could spot anything?
Sure, make a perception check.
Do I give myself advantage again because of Jamie?
Which area are you investigating specifically?
Since the boys there have the north, she probably more focus on the nearby area of this side here.
Sure. Yeah, with advantage is fine. With a 21, this is a bunch of trash. You can't imagine finding anything useful in here whatsoever. Who knows what that sparkle is that they're investigating up ahead?
She look at Naomi and say, "Huh, it really is just a big pile of trash here."
I mean, what were you expecting?
Hey,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it could
It's-
have some sort of useful things like chain, rope, or the like.
Well, it's not really about all that now, is it? The reason why we were led
Rolling
here in the
around in the
first place,
refuse.
there was some kind of creature that was spotted by Marquise and Kyo. And it seemed to have fled, what, in this direction, Kyo?
yeah.
That's what it saw, yes. Though I really can't spot any sign of it.
Marquise will
It is
say, "Show
very
yourself."
possible you can just ignore random creatures in a cave.
I already said it had a scaly hand, so it does make me think of a kobold, to be honest.
You did get a pretty good look at it. It didn't seem like it was a kobold or a half dragon or anything like that.
Oh, how they look more or less? Have an idea.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Does my ability proc for this?
It does
Or
not.
just like- Okay.
Arcana.
My God,
Let me do-
a natural 20.
Does that work?
All right. That was obviously a troglodyte.
Kyo doesn't remember, and what don't think once he remembers, snaps your fingers. Oh, I know what it was. It was a troglodyte. Yeah, what's a troglodyte?
They are subterranean creatures, usually found in caves and dark places, usually with some kind of water. They are somewhat amphibious, meaning that they can breathe both air and water. In addition, they also have the ability to squeeze into tight places and hide in what would normally be impassable cracks and crevices.
Are they a dangerous type of creature, or are
Very
they
much
more
so.
of a...
Very much so.
As soon as she remembers this, she has a small smile of pride in her lips. She remembers, oh, it was a troglodyte. She starts orders. Lucia, be careful! I just realized what it was.
They
It was a
are
troglodyte.
violent and territorial.
She
Okay.
look at it and say, it was a troglodyte. It is a creature that can squeeze itself into very tight crevices and enjoys being in watery, slightly flooded places.
What?
They're
But
very dangerous and territorial.
what is it like? Part of the cult though? Like, is it just a monster? If it's just a monster, we can just leave it alone. I mean, there's no
Must
point in
hurt
bothering.
them. Yeah, would it be just a monster? Would it be like a dragonite or the like?
You can't imagine anyone ever taming or allying with troglodytes. It's kind of hard to imagine.
Yeah, would shake her head. Troglodytes aren't actually tameable, or so my grandfather told me at the very least. So they probably just got here because of the trash, really.
That's all
You
I
should
need to
back
hear.
away.
Let's
That's
just
all
go
I
on
need
our
to
way.
hear. Yeah, wasting our
Move
time.
carefully while going back. You should probably are already in this territory. Try not to aggravate it any further.
Marquiso, like, kind of bend down and put his hands out to hoist Dravna, if you'd like. To take the help.
He'll hesitate for a second, but he'll extend out his hand for the help.
The
Bubba just
boys
reaches down
climb up.
and you know, toward Kyo to pull her up. She
You happy?
smiles somewhat smugly.
You
You
enjoy
happily
your trip?
accept the help.
It is, at this point, the bats quiet down and return to the top of the cave.
No one fell. What are you talking about? What a strange man.
As Jamie re-enters the space, they become agitated once more and begin to squawk loudly.
Poor bats.
These
just
things are
bats.
going to cause the troglodyte to panic or something, aren't they? Let's leave.
Well, I mean, is there even anything for us that way? Let's
Draft.
just keep heading forward.
Dravna.
Door right here.
Dravna.
Yeah.
Dravna points behind us.
As you begin to walk over here, Dravna, you will step on a spear that is just kind of laying in the middle of the floor here where you're standing right now.
Oh, he'll look down and pick it up. Is it ornate? Is there anything written on
Is it
it?
pretty?
Does it look,
You-
look identifiable?
You begin to take closer look at the spear, and you will see that the tip is pockmarked, as if something has been splashed on it repeatedly and degraded the sharp edges of this weapon. But the rest of it seems largely untouched.
But it's just a regular spear and it's pockmarked.
On the blade, yes.
Is the shaft interesting in any way, or?
Nope, it's pretty normal. And also this over here, it's not a door. It's actually a curtain.
Oh, a curtain.
I do want to say that before we go ahead, Kia would go back to the Drake, she would pick it up and bring alongside her as the group does go down this way.
What's your strength? 18. Make an athletics check for me.
Alright then.
Because these are rather large, cumbersome creatures. You begin to pick up the Drake, and you're almost getting it situated for a fireman carry, but you are over encumbered with this creature, and so you must set it down.
Need some help out there, Kyo?
That'd be lovely, yes.
Alright.
That would make
He's
combat
not-
complicated, so I suppose
Hey, Drop.
for now.
Drop,
wait.
no, wait for us. Don't.
Actually, before you go, Marquise, we can just
Hmm?
come back for it though, for now. Unless
Oh,
there
okay.
is... unless we go to another area.
Sounds
I
good.
just have to hope that the Dragolet doesn't do anything while we are away.
You are
That's all right.
you are confronted with a curtain and noisy bats.
So what exactly is the plan here?
You said
Uh-oh.
we should be smashing some eggs. Are we going to be doing that or what?
You know that's not the nursery through there.
That's not the nursery through there.
What's behind
Right.
the curtain, says it?
You're not sure, but you know it's not the nursery.
I'm not sure, but I know it's not the nursery.
Then we just simply go and investigate. It might have information that we need or the like.
As I'm concerned, the necessary could be on the opposite side of that curtain. Drago will turn around. Before he continues, are there any like traps around here? Because with the spear having like that pocket marks on it, are there like any like holes in the wall that might dispense like a liquid or arrows or strings?
As you begin to scrutinize the surroundings more, you don't see anything that would obviously be some kind of like spikes or darts or anything that shoots out of here, out of the walls anyway. The steps seem perfectly normal. Having seen the trap at the top of the stairs with the purple mushroom, you check to make sure there's no false steps, and all of that seems clear.
Okay. Drago will just take the spear that he found and throw it through the curtains.
Okay. You throw it through the curtains, and you briefly see inside. Actually, you know what? Actually, no, that doesn't quite happen. The curtains move slightly, but rebuff the spear and just kind of lays down on the ground here. The curtains are rather thick and heavy.
Those curtains are rather thick and heavy.
I feel like I heard that the second time just now, but
Yeah, and Drago will
Thanks.
pause. Drago will pause, and he'll just mutter, "This is getting nowhere," and he's just gonna push through the curtains.
Okay. How do you push through the curtains?
Extend arm forward and shove it to the left of him.
Very well. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, the consequences of my actions.
The consequences of my actions. My favorite.
Da, 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 da. Oh, I apologize. This was actually supposed to be a dex save. Well, we can
If it
take.
helps, I'll just
we-
take a 10 and
Yeah.
2 for my dexterity.
So
it's
12?
12 instead of
Okay.
11.
Oh, you succeed. So let's see. You instantly start to feel something prickle along your skin inside the curtain, and you manage to pull back just enough to not suffer any damage, but you do not open the curtains. And now that you have seen or felt the prickles, you take a closer look at the curtain and you realize that they are laced with poison spikes.
Okay. If that's the case, can Dragna pull up the halberd that he took from Mondath, stab it into the curtains, kind of twirl a bit as if he's like, twirling spaghetti noodles up, and then try and like pull the curtains to the left and right?
And that is exactly the solution to this puzzle.
Oh,
Fuck.
sweet.
Not Mondas thing, but actually the spear you found.
Oh, sure, that also works.
So you push the curtains aside with the spear, and as soon as you do, there is a blast of cold air that hits your face, as well as the smell of rotten decay.
Dragna will look behind him, towards the party, and like gesture his hand towards the curtain in a grandiose style, still scowling, and then just walk on through.
It's easy to prop the curtain up with the spear to hold it open for everybody. Ye old 10-foot pole. That's pretty much correct.
I decided that the one time I would use a 10-foot pole is to touch that.
Now that you guys have entered this space appropriately, you see something that's ripped out of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You see that there are corpses hanging by their feet from the ceiling. You see piles and piles of food and meat specifically. You see antelope bodies just thrown in here wholesale, as if this is some kind of storage facility.
neighborhood, you know what I mean?
You at the moment saying that she feels her stomach draw a little, but she does keep herself composed as a farmer. She has things like that before after all. So she does take a step back and says, "Is there anything of note there in the room that any of you can see?"
Are there any human bodies in here, or is it all?
Yes.
Oh well.
There are human bodies here, but they have
Drama will
long
just-
Gotta go.
they have long been in here exposed to the cold, though.
Dravin will just mutter out to himself, absolutely barbaric. And he'll take a look at. He'll just take a look at the room, see if there's anything noteworthy.
The only thing that's extremely noteworthy is just the collection of humanoid corpses strung up by their heels in here.
Alright, after about 30 seconds, Dravin will reach his limit and just be like, alright, let's head out.
And he, Marquise is kind of holding his nose, and he's looking for any like discernible patterns. Like maybe are these guys young? Are they like mostly men, women? Or
There are mostly men here, but there are some women here as well. To your relief, you don't see any children.
Okay.
You would notice the curtains at the ground, and she'll look at the Dravin and ask, "Dravin, why did you do that with the curtains? Is there something specific reason you did that so?"
Yes, should have mentioned that. The laser toxins. Tiny little spikes.
And you can see the spikes in the curtains as he points them out to you.
Would Kyo be able to roll something to see if she can identify what type of spikes it would be without touching it?
These are basically caltrips that have been strung together and hung inside the curtain.
Oh.
Caltrip?
Yeah, caltrops, basically.
Any sort of way to store the curtain without its
The curtain is very cumbersome and heavy. You would basically have to empty out your entire pack to fit it.
Ah, damn, then this guy's not worth it.
Is there a way to like maybe? Because you couldn't really grab it. Why?
If you really wanted to, you could cut it down, but you wouldn't have any way to store it,
I was thinking of taking like maybe half of it, but it's fine.
potentially.
No, I have like 16 caltrips still. It's good.
As Jamie enters this room again, the bats continue to get riled up.
Or bats.
Naomi's
got a
eye
quick-
twitches and she's just like very much ready to torch the entire crowd if she had like a breath weapon or something. That would be great.
You're seeing that she gives a gentle pat on the where she thinks Naomi's ears would be even in her Naomi form. It's okay, we're going to leave them soon a bit.
Right.
Marquise looks up, kind of like tries to exhale at the bats almost, and just starts coughing up smoke. The head's on.
All right, where to next, folks?
When they arrive here, Kia would look at Marquis and say, "Okay, Marquis, now I will accept that help. Moving this thing for a little.
Alright.
Laza, where would the nursery be in this area? How far away is it?"
Well, that is a question for me through the power of observation of the DM.
That room to the right of the dragon. No, it's actually back over this way, like where you guys first met up with Zazit. It's actually down that staircase to the right.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
In that case, Kia would ask Marquis to help you just move the Drake to here for now,
Alright.
just to keep it safe while we are here.
I'll scoot you guys down there.
No rolls. We just.
Yeah, with the two of you, it's not an issue.
Alright.
Then.
Well,
So
while
you're
we're
going to
walking.
eat that thing later, like I'm.
What did you
what's
ask?
the
Sorry.
plan for the Drake?
I want to study it a little. You weren't present, but the kobolds seem to be able to give comments to it through one way or another, using the sounds it has through the by knocking on these cell bars that had there previously.
Just a reminder, they were issuing commands through Draconic.
Yeah, I'm still have as well as using the word draconic, which I do know how to speak. And I was thinking, since these drakes are very much used by dragons in their attacks, I imagine there will be more of them during the more of our dealings with the cults. So if you could figure out what sort of commands these type of beings obey and react to, it would be pretty useful for us,
I mean,
as we would be able
I would
to.
assume that would simply be the equivalent of draconic for dogs.
You would think so, but one of
sit,
those kobolds back
bark,
there did.
speak, give me the hand,
Well,
that sort of thing.
if that's indeed the case, that's perfect then, because it would mean that their commands would be simple, and the strat would be simple.
How do you
In
know?
fact-
You ever have a dragon dog?
I mean, if as the Zed's assumption are correct, that case, that's what I mean.
They are beasts of war if they are under the employ or they have been tamed by the cult. It would be fairly obvious as to their training. It would probably be better if you wish to actually know, probably find a draconic trainer within the cult and interrogate that person as opposed to trying to reverse interrogate the actual unintelligent Drake.
I mean, you would be surprised at how much you can handle from how much you can learn from studying a creature. At least that's how I did it
You'd
back in my
probably
farm.
retrain it as opposed to learn what they're actually using to command the beast with. And if anything, they're probably trained with fear and pain rather than what I assume you would do. You seem the soft kind.
She's not saying she's gonna train it. She just wants to figure out what commands it listens to.
Exactly.
Well, then you'd probably be beating the beast in order to work out what it is that it
I
responds
don't think I
to.
have to. These creatures clearly showed reactions without threat of violence before, including the one back there that was happily eating food. They clearly
Probably
understood
because
that
it was hungry. Okay, this is getting us nowhere. My suggestion, if you would listen to it, but it is entirely up to you if you do, would be to stalk out someone who actually trains these beasts. You'd probably have a much better chance of doing it. They probably have some sort of noise shaker or noise maker that the beast responds to when they are anticipating being beaten or something along those lines.
Again,
The cult is not exactly the nicest types.
As
I
it
don't
wasn't.
know.
Just let her.
Yes.
Just let her try. Like, I mean, it's not that heavy. We'll just do it in the free time. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We just let it go.
And not just that, but like your idea is a bit. It sounds simple in theory, but it's much more complicated in practice. First, we would have to not only capture and find a tamer of this to properly get information from them, we would have to convince them to give us the proper information.
That is the easy part, I'm afraid. The convincing part? Yeah, that's easy.
Exactly. Trust me, it's much more complicated.
Did Henley, did Zazit say where the nursery was?
Yes.
I'd assume this
Marquise,
conversation is on the way.
Marquise wants to be the first one there, so.
Okay. Would you mind having this conversation? Okay, having this conversation while walking.
Okay.
I'm sure you.
Let me move you guys back.
John
You're-
will take up the rear.
You guys are leaving the Drake there, right?
Yeah, for now. I'll bond that with chains and everything. Just so that the Dragonite before doesn't just come out of nowhere and try to attack at what's found. Yeah, look, we can have this proper conversation another time. Let us, for now, focus on the matter. I do understand some of your points, but I do disagree with them.
I mean, I'm not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just trying to
No.
give you an alternate way of thinking. They're not exactly the nicest creatures. Neither are the cult.
Kyo has a mindset, just let it be.
And don't worry, we do know that these beings are not the nicest creatures as well. They did just try to torch and destroy my hometown not more than 4 days ago, in fact. So I do understand very well how much the cult can be cruel.
Right, well, speaking about the cult, I think it is best we go in here and we remove their whole purpose for using this cave, which is a hatchery.
Zazit, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How much would you have pushed your luck about getting into the hatchery up to this point?
Extremely.
Make a intimidation check for me, please. This is a retroactive check.
Oh, okay. Very
Just
well.
roll spicy charisma boy. Let's go.
11.
Okay, never mind. Continue. You were not allowed into the hatchery, although you were told where it was.
Those are just eggs in there?
No idea.
Ah.
As you'd believe, the cult is very sensitive about their children. Most things tend to be sensitive about their children.
I would like everybody who just entered the hatchery, I'm sorry, the nursery, to please make a perception check.
Alright then.
Tell me what my half.
Can Dravna willingly fail?
Yes.
Because Dravna has his sword drawn, and he's keeping an eye on Zazit. He's
Okay.
not looking at anything else.
Got it. Another crit.
What?
Oh my god, nice.
Thank you, Naomi.
Wing.
I
Fear
like
not.
I like the most along the way. Kyo got distracted giving head pats to Naomi. And that's why she failed.
Naomi, you're being very vigilant, and you're scanning around this new dark room, and you see a flashing red eye in the darkness briefly open and then quickly close, and you see it in the southeast corner, and the creature that you spot momentarily because of the glowing eye looks like this. Did you see it?
Yep. Naomi freezes. Kyo, you can feel her tense up immediately, and you can even feel the brush of her ears point up straight. And then she quickly goes, "Stop! Stop!
You immediately stop.
Don't move. Do not move. There's something over there.
What?
Fairly large. One large glowing red eye. It seems dangerous. Marquise, get back.
You said
Your
fairly
injuries.
large, one glowing red eye. Marquise has to walk in.
Only a single red glowing eye. That is not two, which would be potentially a
single.
dragon.
Okay.
Get back.
In which direction?
You all
She points like here.
You all hear a low chuckle. Oh, it seems that you are quite observant. Come in, welcome. Welcome to Hungry's home. And for anybody who doesn't know, this is a roper. And it's
God.
and it's talking.
Kyo.
Hey, ugly.
roll-
You said ugly, right?
Hungry.
Can I roll to
I'ma
see if I
call
know
you ugly.
anything about this thing?
Yeah, make a Arcana check or a History check, your choice.
Would it be by any chance a dragon or related to it?
Hell no.
I imagine, but I can't ask.
Oh my god!
Oh, we crit down here. Look at this. Hey.
God damn it! I absolutely know nothing about this damn thing, damn.
Naomi, you recall Tails.
Dravna.
Dravna got
Oh,
that.
Dravna got the natural 20. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Dravna, you have heard tales of ropers. These are not supposed to be talking. You've never heard in any of the tales that you've heard about ropers of one talking before. And they are quite deadly creatures. They have ridiculously long reaches from tentacles that sprout out of their bodies. Their bite is deadly, and they are quite durable.
Dravna will finally take his eyes off of Zaza, looking over at the roper, and then he'll nudge Zaza in the back with his elbow. You know so much about this place. What do you know about that?
Were you not listening? Do you want me to repeat it slower?
It's not his fault. He does not know hungry. This is the first time I've seen this one.
Creature,
Well,
I wish to negotiate with you.
Oh, is it dinner time all ready?
You could say that.
Please,
What we seek,
please tell me you've brought me a live one. Perhaps this one. And you see a single fleshy red tentacle begin to unwrap from its body and kind of hover towards Dravna in a snaking motion.
I don't know. I don't know if you want that one. I've seen it change into something ghastly.
Changing meat?
he was just in the kobold poop out how like you don't. He's not tasty. Trust.
Ugh, kobolds. Ugh.
What do you like to eat?
You see the eye grow wider as it considers the proposition and says, "Oh, almost everything else."
Like,
Why do you inhabit this place?
They feed hungry.
well, they're dead. You want to eat those eggs?
No, I'm afraid that guarding the eggs is the reason why hungry is here.
Do
That's
you work with
unfortunate.
dragons then?
Oh, what? And the eye looks
Are
kind of
you-
confused at you.
Are you some sort of one of the allies of the dragons? Kinda like the drakes in a sense?
Silly. Hungry is just hungry.
Well, the people that feed you are gone, right?
No,
How
there
many-
there are still some kobolds left. In fact, there's some right here. Although I wouldn't get much closer if I were you. And you see the teeth grow, the smile grows wider and more rows of teeth are shown more.
How many corpses to make you eat the eggs too?
I will not be eating the eggs.
Don't worry, how much do you need to eat every day? Roughly?
As much as hungry can.
Well, okay, we're gonna go scavenge up some food for you because we feel bad. And there's a bunch of things laying around that you could eat. So let's
Where? Where's the meat?
we'll just bring it to you. It's okay.
Oh, you tease. Teasing hungry like that. I bet there's not even food anywhere here.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
corpses.
if you want.
You eat
if you
corpses,
want.
right?
You see the upside down head nodding. Yes, hungry eats corpses.
Okay, so wait here, hungry. We'll go get some food for you, and then I kind of, tell everyone to get back, like wave everyone back.
Before Kyo moves back, she'll look at the creature and be like, hungry. What would it take for you to accept a different job? A different task and purpose? Though still getting fed as payment, of course.
I will do the work where I can eat, where I can be hungry.
And what if you work somewhere that people give you food frequently in exchange for protection? Just like this, but in a larger scale.
You see it shake its head and be like, silly girl, I'm just hungry. Give me food.
Ah, of course. Then she takes out two of her rations and tosses it around this area.
Like a lightning bolt, a tentacle just whips out and grabs the ration, and you see it disappear into the dark.
Alright, guys, let's have a little chat.
Tell me, Hungry, with being such a connoisseur of flesh as you are, where did you learn to speak?
You see like a tentacle just kind of like position itself as if like thinking underneath the eye, and he says, I have always known how to speak.
Pause. Then where did you come from? Is this your domain?
Oh no, I'm actually from much deeper down. I've slowly made my way inch by inch. And you see him slowly like drift across the top of the ceiling at a crawl to like 10 feet per round.
Well, then stay where you are. We'll get you some food. Drowned will sheath his blade.
So there was like a whole room of corpses.
Yeah, like the
He-
bottom left area.
Yeah. And he was very protective of those eggs. So do we tell him where the food is? You know, let him go there and take the eggs in the bucket, or break the eggs in the bucket.
I don't think we can leave the eggs
Probably
alone.
the best decision. If you really wish to cause harm to the dragon coat, I would not. Leave them.
I also feel a bit remiss of leaving such a creature just here for the purpose, truth be told. It's
I don't know,
clearly,
just like- yeah. Sorry, go on.
it's clearly intelligent. Part of me wonder if we were able to make a deal with it, in the sense that we could give it a new purpose of like. Though I do worry if doing so could lead to it trying to eat us. Ravna, you seem to know what this thing is. What it is. What is it? What are we handling here?
I'd say the chances of bargaining with it are very slim. Hungry, as what his name is, appears to have crawled from the depths of who knows where. My guess, and then DM, would I know where the creature comes from then? Like
The Underdark.
or-
The Underdark.
Underdark?
Usually pretty deep below. Like, to see one this close to the surface is hugely aberrant. Like, this is actually a terrifying prospect.
Yeah, Drowna will repeat that. This thing called from the Underdark. Anything vile enough to come from there to the surface is very long.
Well, I mean, I don't think we could fight it if it's that. And there is a room full of corpse. I mean, I don't feel great about giving it a feast. This is kind of, but
What exactly are these creatures' capabilities, Ravna? Since you know it better than us.
DM, can Drowna just filter feed and explain?
With a 21 intelligence check, I will say that you know that its AC is 20.
Okay.
And you would also know that it has resistances to lots of damage types.
In our state, I would say we have no chance. Even fully healed up, very slim chance. Those things are agile, nimble, hard to hit.
Not
Resist
true.
Most. Oh.
They're very slow, but the AC's high because
Oh.
they're armored. Their body is armored.
Oh, okay. I thought.
No, he's not.
Yeah, so the AC side.
Yeah, his ass is not whipping around that cave. I'm sorry.
Okay, never mind. Let me rephrase that.
His tentacles are though.
Yeah, his tentacles are.
And they're long.
Oh yes, he could easily reach you at the door if he wanted to.
Those
So
ropers,
he might as well be able to.
Those ropers are very nasty. From a great distance, he can easily grab us. Hard to pierce their skin, and they resist most attacks. We are vastly underpowered to attack that thing.
Let it clean the halls, and then we clean the nursery.
Yeah.
I feel that's a fairly good option.
And
Then, if you're going to do so, propose the following. Marquis, could you help me carry the Drake to outside so it gets out of the creature's range?
sure.
And then afterwards you can give it to its body, so those who are hard fallen. And so you can... The problem is that you said it can strike a bargain with Ravna. Are you sure
I
you're not
doubt
able to
any
fight
of
yet?
you will be able to remove any sort of dragon bargain. But we can have it leave the space that it is guarding for a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
We could make a trail for it then. In that case.
Well, less a trade and more letting it eat. I wouldn't mention eggs or hatchery or anything of our intentions while offering.
I had a horrible idea, but the story room behind
Yes.
it,
That's what I was saying. We offer it that.
that's a
We
good idea
tell it
then.
where it is.
There are
We'll be there
numerous
for a while.
bandits outside. We could let it loose.
It's not going outside. You would know.
It'll
You would
get-
know, Dravna. It's not going outside.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah, Underdark.
So we have to, yeah. Naomi just says,
We use that which was left behind. And feed it that for now, I suppose.
That's good
Yeah.
then. For now, let's just Marquis help me move the Drake. Then we talk about the path towards the Starfront. Sounds
Yeah.
good?
Sounds good. Let's go.
Where are you putting the Drake's body? I'll just drag it wherever you want it.
Here, what's here?
Yeah, right
At the
cave
entrance? Okay, sure.
Not fully in view, but like already here. So the
Yeah, like-
creature will have to go a long way, much longer than the Starfront to go for it.
Okay, done.
Can Dravna also pick up Mondat's body and bring it to where the Drake is?
Sure, easily done.
He doesn't want to have Mondat get consumed by this.
Easily done.
All right.
Okay.
Uh, okay, if that's done of the way, she'll look at the art and say, well, amongst you all wants to be the one talking. I'm not very charismatic, though and I don't think the creature handle giving commands like an animal, so who wants to speak to it?
I'd be willing to.
Then I'm addressing you. Go ahead.
Okay. Hungry. Sorry, sorry for the name earlier. I was just messing. So on this our side of this wall here, wall to your, and he points at it, there is a huge storage room with just a bunch of bodies. So I'm gonna trust you.
Wait,
And I'm gonna
what kind of bodies? You see the eye narrow in your direction.
human bodies, antelope bodies. Along the way, there's even some like drakes. They were holding out on you, man.
What? All of that fresh meat? You see the tentacles
So-
come out and like start to wave excitedly.
So I'm gonna open up this door for you. Wait, he's on the ceiling.
Yeah, he can cross over easily.
Okay. So yeah, it's just on the other side of this wall. You know, you go out, you take a right, another right. If you just hold the right wall, you'll get there. And there's just a bunch of bodies for you if you want them. I mean, nothing we can do with them.
Hungry looks at you, and you can see it begin to salivate. And he begins to edge forward, and he says, "You better hope that's really there, because if I don't see meat, I'm gonna follow your scent, and if I catch you..." And he doesn't say anything after that.
Fair enough. And
How
he
fast
kind
is
of
he
hugs the
moving?
wall. He like,
That's actually him dashing over several rounds.
Oh god, it's really slow!
Holy cow.
Yeah, he's slow.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh,
you know your lefts and right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I've just never
5,
seen it.
10, 15,
Just hold your
20.
right wall, and you'll be there.
5, 10, 15, 20. We'll just assume he goes that way.
What's the mechanism for here?
Big is it?
You see that it is there's a similar locking mechanism as to the gate for the guard drakes, and you see that there is a padlock inside the gate, like fixed inside the gate at the bottom there.
How big is the fall?
10 feet. And it's actually at a slope, so it's really not that bad.
Here
Oh,
we
okay.
just sit on the edge and she would like,
Well,
And I'm
Marquise
7 foot tall,
will
so
take his
it's like I
spear out because
Um,
here there's kobolds over.
Marquise, as soon as you step here, something happens. You
There's
start.
kobolds there, right?
Yes, you start to hear kobolds beginning to move and scrabble together as they ascend partially a couple of ladders they have, and then you will see as 3 bombs are chucked at you.
Oh my!
They heard your stories.
And I need you to make a whatever check this is.
God,
Probably dexterity.
most likely, but
Yes, make 3 of those checks, please.
oh god, Dex
Oh my God.
saves. Here
Oh
we
God.
go.
All right. You know, Marquise, you haven't rolled well one time, but it's time. Saving throws or checks?
Saving throws. It should be in the chat for you. You can just click that DC 11 dexterity saving throw button.
I don't see it in the chat.
You don't?
Should I?
Me neither.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's because I haven't selected you, I guess. There it goes. I'll just... Do you mind if I roll it for you? Or you got it?
You can roll for me if you want. I think you'll have better luck anyways.
Okay, that's success for 1. That's another success for 2. And an 18 for another success.
Marquise kind of like remembering about the kobolds, slowly steps over. He sees the bomb being thrown. He jumps to the wall. Oh, gameplay's paused.
Sorry.
But he jumps to the wall on top, and he's feeling a little merciful. He'll say, "Your pathetic bombs." Wait, they were common, right? Yeah. He'll say in common, "Your pathetic bombs mean nothing. The purple guy is dead. Everyone is dead. If you wish to fight, then so be it, but you'll meet the same fate."
Do you have an action, Marquise?
Well, can I
You can do it.
can I roll a martial check after that? to see
Sure,
if I-
absolutely.
Can I, well, or should that be intimidation, or
Either way.
are they?
If you want to intimidate them to not doing that again, sure. Roll intimidation.
I'll just do an intimidation.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
Let's see what they get.
Help me.
Yeah, okay. I'll say that wasn't your action. Do you have an action to do other than that? And what are the rest of you guys doing as you see these bombs
Did Marquis take any damage at all
Nope,
from it?
did not take damage. And you saw the glue erupt around him, but it failed to hold him down.
Well, it depends whether or not I see the eggs from where I am.
Well, my voice cracked. I'll say just my voice cracked. I know I wasn't scary, so I'll just run him down.
Okay, go ahead and move your full movement speed. And
I'm standing right on the ledge. I'm not jumping down.
okay, you would be able to
It's like 10 feet, right?
you would be able to reach them with your glaive.
Yeah.
What do the rest of you do? You do not.
No, well, instinctively,
I say-
Rushman.
Okay.
Hold on just a second. Order of operations here. Zazit, you would see one egg here.
Oh boy, here I go stomping again.
I thought I had a.
Yo,
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm looking for something. You go ahead.
You guys
Yo.
break the eggs. We're on a timer.
Yeah, that's right.
We are on a timer. It's true.
Yeah.
So before we start combat, am I getting a movement, or what's the deal here?
I'm gonna give you guys a basically a free move because the kobold's got to do something.
Whee!
you would also come to here
Mario
though.
up in this bitch.
All right.
Do you want a 2-foot jump on this guy?
Stomping some Goombas.
Kyo, you see another egg right next to you, where you're standing.
Okay.
Right here.
And Jamie would come alongside Kyo.
It says my target is blocked by a wall.
There's a ledge, right? This area is a ledge, I assume.
Oh, because you also have another target selected. Hold on. Let me.
Oh.
That's also true. Yeah, I remember you still have. Yeah, I remember seeing that dot. I kept forgetting whose dot that was. It's yours.
Yeah, unselect that.
So,
Unselect that.
Kyo, where I'm from, friends tend to break eggs with each other. So consider this a light bonding exercise. He says as he's just.
Hanabi is just here watching the door, and she's the lookout of the delinquents, obviously. While
Okay.
all the other kids are doing bad shit. She's just like looking back and like she'd be laughing, but she's just watching the door.
I
Hey,
assume
no,
23 hits.
Yes.
Are you sure you don't want to get your toes up in this?
You can see that Hanabi is wearing for those of us above board, beyond the game in the human realm, she's wearing gaita and socks.
Yeah.
So no,
Are they toe socks or are they just socks?
they're toe. They're basically they're the socks that have like the one toe.
Oh god.
So the one big toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just the other toe. Okay.
But I'm not. Listen, I'm sure you guys can all imagine and lament having your shoes on and having socks on and then stepping in something wet and gooey. Just imagine it for a second. It feels horrible, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly.
Dravna, you have line of sight on one of these kobolds if you wanna take a shot.
Okay. Yeah, he'll
wanna
take a
open the
shot with
garbage.
this.
And if I have a bonus action, I'll healing surge.
It'll be that kobold right there you got for your line of sight, Dravna. This one right here.
Okay, yeah. I'll just blast then.
All right.
Just roll
Yeah,
a 10 and
grab
add a charisma modifier. My dude, what did I tell you? What is this?
7 is gonna miss, unfortunately. In that case, I'm not gonna roll proper initiative, but I am gonna give these kobolds a chance to firebomb you guys. So stand by.
Did I have a bonus action? I was gonna ask.
Sure. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, because I would have just done my healing surge. You'd see.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that.
All right, that's. I'm
Uh,
HP. All right.
Okay, and now these kobolds are each going to throw a firebomb at you guys.
Mysterious tennis rackets appear.
Oh, dude, whack him back.
Can you guys see that dexterity saving throw in chat?
No.
Seriously?
Did you put it in public or did you put it in private?
Oh, that's why. I'm still in private GM role. I apologize. Let me do that again. That's why it didn't work the first time.
Hey, I succeeded all three. No complaints from me.
Now do you see it?
All right. Yeah.
So do it twice.
Ooh. Wait, no. That
Dravna
was
succeeded.
nice.
You succeeded on that one.
These Irish
street-
kobolds
no?
are crazy, man.
Okay, both of you will take 3 points of fire damage for succeeding.
Was I supposed to take damage earlier when I dodged all 3?
No, you didn't take damage that time.
Oh, okay.
All right. And now I'm going to say that it's going to be trivial for you guys to kill both of these kobolds.
Yeah.
So we'll just say that they die at the hands of Dravna and Marquise. I just wanted to see if they could fireball you guys.
Okay.
Fair.
The room is now clear. Did you guys smash both of those eggs?
I actually had asked before. I wanted to know how big are the eggs?
Rather large. Imagine
A dragon.
a fully grown adult like getting down into like a curled up like position, standing up, and that's about how big the eggs are around.
So they're the same size as an adult, more or less.
More or less, yeah.
So they would fit the sack, right?
No,
But you said a grown
they're
adult
too
size
wide.
sack.
They're too wide, is what I mean to say.
I need to, oh, okay. Damn it! I need to get a bigger sack then.
What
That's
color are
right.
the eggs? I'm looking out now.
In that case, yeah, Kia would have helped.
You see 2 eggs that are covered in like this black scale skin.
Wait, like
Whatever.
scale?
Yep.
Could Kia hold history of the lag to know if our dragon eggs are like this, or it does reflect to a specific type of dragon?
Yes, these are black dragon eggs.
Kia would look at a few that does it. Is there any other nursery as well, or is this the only one? The dragon that attacked Green Nest was light blue. It was a lightning dragon, not a black one.
Are you saying a full-size dragon, or are you saying?
Green Nest was attacked by a full-sized dragon alongside the forest of
Hey.
the gods.
Hey guys, ugly is, you know.
Oh no, yeah, no,
Ugly's
we already
still
killed.
moving.
We
So
already destroyed the
imagine-
things. We're
imagine
moving back.
Zaz's response as he like sticks his head out of the egg of a dragon, because he's walking through just like blending things essentially, right? So
As you crack the egg open, you see a black dragon newborn tumble out of the ruination of the eggs, and you hear it with one gasp
oh, yeah, no,
and dies.
yeah, there's some stomping and crushing and you know.
Yeah, that baby dragon's dead. Kyo, what do you do with the other one?
Here, she was about to hit it with her woodcutter's axe, thinking that they weren't fully formed yet. But as soon
That-
as she sees
That baby
the-
dragon would not have lived after that egg was cracked.
Oh no, 100%. I know this. She would know. But after she saw the creature get out, appear, she was like, "Gosh damn it! It's still not alive. Still not alive." And telling herself this, she would actually crack the egg.
Okay, you smack it easily with the back of your. I'm sorry, with your whole axe, the axe head and everything. You cleave down, smacking into the skull of a baby dragon and ending its life.
Very good.
They're not
Clean.
alive. They're not alive.
Marquise, try not to be like culturally insensitive, but you know, kind of hot. Kind of puts hand over his mouth as he has like a fat grin going.
What else would you like to do in
Let's
this?
go.
Decisive-
What else would you like to do in this room?
decisive blow. Is there anything else?
you-
Any other eggs in here?
You don't see any.
You would walk around to be sure of things, and tell Jamie to have a look around as well to be sure there's nothing extra here.
Okay. Can I do a
Descri-
perception check?
describe how you would look around. Marquise, you're a bit too far away to find anything hidden down there.
Here is physically looking around. She's moving from her spot.
Okay.
Walking to the right side, over behind this to check behind the pillars. It's far away.
Make an investigation
Jamie,
check then.
Right then. Would Jamie's help her in this sense?
Yes, I will say he can
Is
offer
there
you
anything else on this
advantage.
ceiling, by the way?
No. The only thing that was on the ceiling was hungry.
Oh god.
Oh, thank God for the help.
It's a good thing.
What's
I
the
can't
total?
eat.
Around 13.
13. Hold on just a second, please.
Also, by the way, fun fact, technically devotees of Ilmater don't really have a problem with killing animals. It's just skill is skill.
It was cute.
I was gonna make a pro-choice joke, but maybe a poor choice.
Oh, cool. Oh
Poor
god.
taste.
Yeah, maybe. Jesus.
If you really want to leave a mark on the dragon cult, removing what they cherish most is the first step.
You don't see anything with your investigation, Kyo.
Alright then.
Just to be safe, there's no runt eggs. Right?
Would you like to investigate, Zazit?
I would like to perceive as it.
How exactly is Zazit perceiving the area? Describe the process for me, please.
Well, single-mindedness looking for an egg.
Okay. Yeah, make a perception check.
Like maybe it's under like something else, like hay or whatever.
Sure, roll it.
Runt eggs tend to get overlooked and whatever. Yeah.
With an 8, you don't spot anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I'm more worried about like just doing it quickly because this.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're kind of on the clock.
Mhm.
However, slowly that clock is ticking down given how fast that roper was going.
Kyo, would you like assistance getting out of this hole?
How long is that? How big is that space, Kim?
10 feet up.
It is smaller than I am. Oh no, okay. I am 7 foot. I can help you climb out.
1
In
second,
case
just
you
want
can't see how tall I am. For some reason.
to...
Naomi like gets on her stomach and reaches down with all of her strength. She looks completely nonplussed, by the way, about
I
it. She
reach
just
up and
looks
grab her
down and
hand.
smiles.
Yo!
Her down.
With Naomi's help, it's with Naomi's help, it's superficial. You can easily get up without an issue.
I do want to say that Kyo was looking at this and she knew she could easily climb just a 10-foot drop. Her high jump is already 7 feet
Yeah.
by itself. But since she saw Naomi, like, okay, fine, I'm going to accept Naomi's help. And she, like, accepts it. That's why she takes the help hand.
Alright. Well,
Marquise,
I figured as an egg buddy you would accept help from me, but it's fine. I understand.
Oh, don't take offense, sorry. Though I do have to say, Zazit, you really were more helpful than I expected when I first met you.
Marquise, what are you up to?
You all
Mark
came in here and broke my.
Marquise is
investigation
taking
plan, so.
some kobold blood, and he's roughly writing, "Sorry, don't hunt me," and he leaves a ration like right here. Because he found that guy kind of scary. So
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I do want to say,
dropping all away from Marquise and just tapping his foot, arms folded.
okay,
Come on.
okay, I'm coming.
How we
Okay.
move, Kyo would say to Zazit, oh, while we talk, while we go.
Okay, you enter back into this room with the carving of a black dragon here. And this room is also just, the walls are just carved with these dragon motifs. You can see in these carvings that they're oppressing humanoid figures of all different races and sizes. Just awful scenes of brutality as dragons dominate the scenes. You also see, now that you're kind of looking around this room and not rushing about, there is a chest at the feet of this dragon statue.
Yeah, Jim, so it's a reminder for myself, how big was this slide again?
In the hatchling room, 10 feet.
10 feet, but it was very slow.
Oh.
Heavy.
I'm sorry, that one over there. That one was. It was basically the same as a 15-foot drop at an incline, which is why he didn't take damage.
Would Kyo, while she's lying down, know it's able to be scaled back or no?
It's a very hard climb back up.
Okay.
With a 17 perception check, you begin to look around the room, Naomi, and you do notice that there are actually vents in this room. Every so often in the carvings on the walls, you see that there are these odd circular grooves cut out to perhaps distribute some kind of gas or liquid should something go awry in here.
Hanabi relays that information, and then she just says,
So, do we really? I really do want. No, never mind. I don't really care. It's dangerous.
How much
It's dangerous, Kyo. Let's just go.
You know, I'm
Yeah, I'd
actually
like it.
surprised. Most of your type tend to be kleptomaniacs. So,
What kind of type am I meant to be?
the pink fleshy type.
Oh,
What?
humanoid without the scales.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Marquise bites his tongue.
It's
Oh,
Kyo.
really? Now you bite your tongue? I'm the lizard before, but you take offense.
I didn't call you the lizard.
Didn't you?
No,
No, it was
That's
Joe.
happening.
Well,
Oh, you two were starting to blend together. I'm sorry. You see how mean that sounds?
What else would you like to do here, or are you guys done?
Kyo would like to. Can I roll investigation on the chest or the leg to see if there will be any way to take it without activate any sort of trap?
Sure.
could Dravna help?
Yes.
19.
"Hey."
Alrighty. Da, 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 da. Oh, right. Right. Okay. So I need to apologize. Oh, right. So, Dravna, when you were searching Mondas's body, you did actually discover a key.
Okay.
oh, okay.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, while Dravna is helping Kyo investigate, Dravna pauses for a second. Oh, hold on. He'll reach into his pocket, pull it out, and hand to Kyo. This might be of use.
But with the 19 intelligence check, yes, this chest is hella trapped.
With the 19, I know that using a key would activate the trap.
It would not activate the trap. There are two traps on this chest, actually. There's a pressure plate underneath the chest, which only activates if the chest is moved. And then the second trap is on the lock itself. If it is forced open, or if you fuck up picking the lock, it'll activate the trap. A key will completely bypass it.
Okay. In this case, Kyo would give a small smile to Dragon. Oh, thank you. And she'd use it to open up. She'd also tell the others down below and say, hey, I know you folks are going for the entrance you came from, but it would be a really rough climb. And after she says it, she will use the key to open up the chest.
Okay.
What is this key for?
Inside, you find some loot.
And you?
Oh boy, a musical instrument.
Yo, let's go, dude.
Yeah.
Inside,
We found our purple side.
you find a string of pearls. You find a gold and sapphire ring, and you find a pouch containing 6 masterfully cut, polished gemstones.
Later, we will distribute this. Then just around to keep a note. Here for now just picks this up carefully to not activate the pressure plate and puts it on her back to distribute to the others later.
Hold on. This loot could be from your village, Kyo.
I honestly doubt it considering the situation, but we can talk
Actually,
about this later.
the string of pearls and the gold and sapphire ring actually look familiar.
Oh?
Yes. Those two things are actually from a green nest.
Oh, in that case, Kia would look. Oh yeah, I really recognize this pearl and sapphire rings. From where would they be familiar exactly? From someone, a rich person?
The necklace, the string of pearls is actually from one of the more wealthier farmers, and the gold and sapphire ring is from what was her name with the kids?
Oh, I remember who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first woman we met. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
In that case, Kia would look. Oh yeah, I do think so too, Dravna. I recognize the pearls and the rings. But let us continue. Are you all sure we want to go to climb here?
I will say, just for the sake of brevity, that you guys have cleared the dungeon, and you are all now level 4.
Oh, let's go.
Congratulations.
You know what it means, folks?
What does that mean?
It means I can fucking heal you guys. Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, dude.
And
Right. Double down on hurting myself in combat.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wait, no, don't. Stop. Oh, wow. Nice. What is this?
Marquisha
Less
starts
than the
coughing
average.
up a bunch of
Amazing.
smoke. Like, way more than you've seen before. Just so much
Wait,
smoke.
what are we rolling right now?
they're rolling their HP.
HP
HP.
for level 4. Wow.
I got the average. Hell yeah.
I got below the average. I feel horrible. Why do I bother?
Right.
Just give up.
But, question, Jack.
Yeah.
Would you be okay with saying that with us working together, we can easily pass through here, even if it's a rough climb?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you guys are gonna get out of the dungeon. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on the loading screen or the starting screen while we do
Anyone
this.
added here would get as Marquis, Travelers, or anyone else help with the Drake. To move it around.
Sure, I mean, I would.
Dravna would also like to take my best body.
Um,
Actually, Kia will look at Zazet and says, Zazet, my egg buddy, come along. Let us carry this.
Oh, no, would I even try?
Well, I can't say
I'm just
no
taking
to
the
an
average.
egg
I'm seeing all these rolls.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
I'm taking the average.
Oh my god.
Let's see. What is the paladin?
The paladin.
D10.
Well, there's an automated process to level up in Foundry. So let's see.
How to start it.
I-
How to start it.
I'm trying to remember how to do it.
Oh, I think I remember what you have to. You need to put the XP, right?
Oh yeah. So yeah, let me just.
Oh, you know what you actually can do? If you go into your features, you're going to be able to see your classes. And then I'm pretty sure you can just go level 4, and then it will ask you if you want to take the average, etc., etc. A little pop-up
Yeah.
will show up that says advancement.
Not in my case because I haven't got a new class.
Fair enough.
How do I do that?
So go to
Do
your
I keep it?
go to your features tab on your character sheet,
Uh-huh.
and then where it says classes, it should be the third.
I see.
Yeah, and then you should be able to do the drop down level 4.
In chat, I rolled a
Is it-
1, so
That's fine.
I keep it.
No, because you're gonna take the average in that case, so it's gonna be a total of 7 instead.
So if you
7?
roll a
No,
one, you take
shouldn't
the
be
average,
the
is that it?
average for a 6, no?
No, the average is 5 for a D10. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Henley.
No, it's a 6
am I
for a D10.
rolling... Yeah, I rolled a 1. So am I rolling average, or what's the story there?
So you're gonna be taking the average of a D10, which is
It says 6.
So, it's 6 because here's the thing. if folks, we can't forget that it doesn't start at 0, it starts at 1.
Oh, that's true.
So divide technically be 5.5,
Right.
but for HP, so round it up, so it becomes 6.
Okay. So it'll be 6 plus your con, which is 2, so you'll gain a bonus of 8.
It's really sad to me the fact that Cleric's at the 8. I wish I could keep my HP high. But I should be fine.
Wait, but
I don't know how to pick the feat that I was gonna pick.
I can add it to you. I think it's already added, actually.
How do I? Okay, then how do I get through this? 'Cause it's making me pick something.
It's fine. We can just take it off, whatever you pick. So it's all good.
Okay. I put on grappler, but you can remove it.
Yeah.
As soon as.
Yeah.
So
No
there's
problem.
Like a dragonborn feat called Dragon Fear Aura. Is that something we can take in?
Yeah, I could probably add that.
It's I think it's in the basic. I don't know.
Let's see. I don't seem to have that imported for some reason, but I can add it later. So just to kind of close us out for the night, you guys have the party who was not Zazit until just recently. You guys have received instructions to meet Leosin at El Terrell. And he basically told you in order to get your payment from him for doing this job, you would have to meet him there. Now, you don't have to go straight to El Terrell. You can look at the map of the Sword Coast and go anywhere you want to, really. There are contingencies for any direction you head. So just keep that in mind as you make plans. Where would you guys head immediately after you exit the dungeon?
What sort of auxiliary knowledge do I have on the cult?
Let's see. You would have understood that there is a hierarchy to the cult. You would know, like, what kind of auxiliary knowledge are you looking for specifically?
Like, do I know where they're going next?
No. You never really discovered that, but the party has maps about where they might be headed next.
Yeah. So my goal, just so everyone here on out of character, is to gather as much information as possible to report back to Neverember, and if that means going to the Harpers to get their information and collaborate informationally, I am all for that.
Honestly, considering how hurt all of us are, Kyo's top priority at the moment, more than us starting to head in any direction specifically, would be for us to get a small rest. That's safe, you know?
We could quickly head back to Green Nest, rest there, and return some of the loot.
That's the thing. Either Green Nest or go back to the camp. Because if we're going to go farther away, what we could do in Green Nest, we could try to get some carriages and horses before we go and head out. To have more freedom of movement in general. What do you all think?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah,
Good
that sounds good.
Yeah.
So we're headed back.
That's
We're headed back to Green Nest.
Along the way, Kyo would also try to handle the Drake. Sima is probably awake along the way, but that's probably something I can do in the DMs with you to organize these things.
Yeah, I will say that the Drake is definitely awake and struggling against the chains as you guys are leaving leaving the hatchery for sure.
I'll tell him on the DM what Kyo is going to try to do with it, but for now, Green Nest.
While we're traveling, could Drown also be carrying Mondat's body like over his back?
Sure, absolutely. Like a sack of potatoes, sure.
Yeah, he intends to cremate her.
Okay. You are carrying this corpse along with this drake as you enter back into Green Nest. Your shadows darken the entryway of this place that perhaps you will not ever return to again once you leave once more. And that is where we will end the session for tonight.
Whoa.
All right, you guys have fun?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear, baby. All right, very well done. I really thought you guys were gonna not completely clear out the dungeon in 2 sessions. That was incredible. But here we are. Thank you guys so much for playing.
It helped a lot that we just went ballistic.
Yeah, just encounter after encounter. But yeah, thank you guys so much for playing, and thank you everybody for watching. If you're watching the VOD, thank you for that as well. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, comment, all that good stuff. And we'll happily see you on the next one. All right. See y'all later.